Dear friends, good morning. I, Jaswant Singh Kailasya, welcomes you in our YouTube channel, Parat Germinates the Democracy. We have a Hindi YouTube channel also. Its name is Parat Loktantra Ka Ankuran. We are also available in different social media platforms. You can see them in the descriptions. For what purposes, for what objectives, and with what philosophy these channels have been launched, you can also know in this regard in the description. It is requested that do not focus on the quality of our presentation, but kindly please focus on the depthness of the subject matter and the issues we discuss. If you think that our channel is putting forward some revolutionary ideas, basic and fundamental things, and increasing your knowledge, then kindly please subscribe, like, and share our channel. Also press the bell icon button so that you can get notifications of our new videos. Nowadays, friend, we are presenting a video series regarding the Muslim problems of India. The background and the relevancy of this video series has been explained in first episode of this series. But a very brief background is this: a stalwart of Dalit Muslim unity and brotherhood, Mr. V.T. Rajsekhar, about 33 years back, attended a 2 days national seminar in New Delhi organized by some Muslim intellectuals. In this seminar, he presented a paper. This paper was published as editorial in January 1988 volume of Dalit Voice. The title of this editorial was Gulf Between Muslim Elites and Muslim Masses, a serious internal contradiction. The historical significance and importance of this 33 years old presentation is that Mr. V.T. Rajsekhar warned and heeded to the Muslims intellectuals regarding the root causes of all atrocities, persecutions, and violence against Indian Muslims, but they failed to follow the heeds of Mr. Rajsekhar. Therefore, nowadays Indian Muslims facing a genocide situation. Here we are reproducing this historical editorial as in the form of this video series. Now we are presenting the fourth episode of this series. Untouchables, not Hindus. Another appalling ignorance of Muslim elite is to call the violence against them as Hindu-Muslim riots. This clearly shows that despite being in India for hundreds of years, they still don't know who is a Hindu. This further proves the elite's total isolation from the reality. Scheduled castes who are treated as untouchables are outcasts. As the Delhi seminar was going on, the local paper had front page reports of the upper caste violence on untouchables for having entered in Nathdwara temple in Rajasthan. Even a Congress member of parliament was beaten up. They were beaten up because they entered a holy place reserved exclusively for Hindus, to which the untouchables are not allowed. They are not allowed because they are outcasts, not Hindus, which means they are outside the caste system. Hindu are only those within the fourfold caste system. If so, why untouchables also consider themselves Hindu. Yes, they do. Why? The problem with the outcasts is that nobody told them that they are not Hindus. Their temple entry bid flows out of their ignorance and innocence, which is exploited by the upper castes. We can excuse their ignorance, but we cannot excuse the ignorance of Muslim elites in clubbing untouchable along with the Hindus. Untouchables are not Hindus and were never Hindus. They are human beings. Similarly, the scheduled tribes 10% are also not Hindus. This brings the total 30%. Backward castes not Hindus. Then there are the backward castes like Yadavas and such other service groups like barbers, fishermen, weavers, etc. The Mandal Commission of the Government of India has identified 40% of India's population as backward castes. And then backward castes are neither Shudras nor Hindus, because all over India backward castes are also treated as untouchables. At least scheduled castes, scheduled tribes are given reservation under the constitution. That it is not implemented is a different thing, but backward castes have not even given reservation. To that extent, backward castes are hated by upper caste Hindus. But the educated Muslim elites go on clubbing 40% of this Indian population of backward castes also among Hindus. Backward caste leaders like Mahatma Phule, Periyar, E.V. Ramaswamy, Narayana Guru, Karpuri Thakur, Chaudhary Brahm Prakash, Veeramani are all on records saying that they are the victims of Hinduism. That brings the total to 30 plus 40 is equal to 70%. About 70% of India's Hindus population is in fact not Hindu. Historically and sociologically, this claim has proved right, and none of this day has questioned these facts. To this must be added religious minorities like Muslim 15%, Christian 2.5% and Sikh 2%, a total of 19.5%. Adding Parsis and Buddhists, we can say that the religious minorities will come to 20%. That means 70% plus 20%, about 90% of Indian population is not Hindus. As per the definition given in the Hindu secret scriptures itself, only about 10% comprising Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaisyas and Sudras, landed gentry are Hindus. These are hard facts and none has challenged our facts. But our Muslim elites call everybody as Hindus, confusing these Muslims masses in particular and other non-upper caste masses in general. So a serious thinking is an urgent necessity, and Muslims need to be educated as to who is a Hindu. Dear friends, with this we conclude the 4th episode of this series. Thanks for being with us and viewing full episodes. Thanks again.